What's going on? It's your boy Mixmaster B here live from the MMB Radio Studios for the MMB Radio Podcast, where no topic is too big or too small. We talk about them all. And on the phone lines tonight, on today's episode, I have a woman who, when I first met her, told me if you want to interview a real porn star, that she needs to be the one I need to interview. So we're going to get into the details of that. You can see her on Instagram. You can see her on Twitter, all over the place, all of her socials. So we'll get all of that as well. Miss Picante, Jenny, how are you?
I'm doing great. I can't believe I said that.
You did. And we have to explain this. Before we get into any of the questions and all that. So it was at Exotica, New Jersey. This past year, 2022, up in Edison, New Jersey. And every year I attend the event, and, I do interviews, and I, do the meet and greets and everything there, and catch up with a lot of people there. It's a great time there. And I walked right in, and every year the layout's a little different, so I like to just take one little lap around to see where everybody's at and kind of, game plan of how I'm going to do this. I wasn't dead ass. I wasn't in there for fucking more than 30 seconds. And you walked right up to me. You're like, you look like a DJ. And I'm like, yeah, I do interviews. I do a podcast. Well, if you want to interview a real porn star, you need to talk to me. I'm like, okay. Assertive. I love that. I was like, wow. That's when I knew. That's when I was like, I'm talking to a real Latina right here. You know what I mean? She was just like, look.
Yes.
I was nervous. I was like, okay, do I say yes? Do I say no? Because if I say no, I'm looking around. I'm like, there's no sharp objects around me, is there? Like, I ain't trying to get shanked if I say. But I told you, I was like, well, I just walked in. I'm just starting to get the smell of all the, the smell of Exotica. You can kind of figure that part out on your own. It hadn't even hit my nose yet. You know what I mean? I haven't even seen my first nipple yet. And right away, she's like, you need to be interviewing me. So here we are on MMB Radio, me and you, and we're going to talk it up tonight.
Yeah. Well, I love that. I guess it's funny that I said that because, like, I don't really like to consider myself a porn star. I like to consider myself more a content creator who fucks porn stars. But I guess since I was at Exotica, I just had to go hard and go home. But I remember the back of your shirt, and it was really, I'm a name person, so like names and stuff like that really catch my attention. So I believe your name was on the back of your jersey.
I had a jersey on that said Mixmaster B. Yeah. That was the dead giveaway when you were like, you must be a DJ.
And I was like, and Jersey is like one of my favorite places to do podcasts at, so I was just like, and I was on that Henny. When I'm on that Henny, I'm a little social butterfly.
You definitely were. So
I'm definitely trying to put the pieces together. I remember exactly what I did. It's just crazy that you walked that way and I was the one that grabbed your attention like that. I would have never known you were in there for a couple of seconds because you were walking around like you knew where you were going.
Well, I was on a mission. I'm like, time is money. You know what I mean? I got to walk around here and see where everybody's at because, it's crazy, though, at Exotica. It's like it gets bigger and bigger every year, and it's gotten a lot since the pandemic. People are allowed to get back out and, do things in a somewhat normal way again.
Yes, I enjoy Exotica, New Jersey, the best.
It's right in the shadows of New York, so you gotta love that.
Right, and then, I'm not sure how true this is or not, but I heard that Jersey is the swinger capital. So it's like, I don't know how true that is or not, but there's a lot of them over there in Exotica, New Jersey. So I love being a little unicorn for people. So, hey, I like it up there.
Well, like I said, you have to walk around. Yeah, you have to walk around. Yeah, find out where everybody's at and what everybody's doing because, like I said, it gets crowded in there and, lines start forming and you don't want to take time away from people when they're trying to make money. Because, people are doing meet and greets and, like I said, time is money. So, like I said, I walked in. I wasn't in there literally 30 seconds. I think I walked right through and I kind of like looked all around and then you called me. You're like, you must be a DJ. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, no. The back of your T-shirt. Yeah, I love, like I said, I eventually I want to do a podcast myself, but I still haven't decided what would be like the topics, what's the name of it, like what am I going to do? So I kind of just like to get a feel for everybody else's podcast and see how well I do on there because I am Latina, and I do certainly say certain things that come out of my mouth that I'm like, oops, I probably shouldn't have said that.
That's the great thing about doing podcasts. It's all on the internet. You say whatever the fuck
Right,
you want to say. You're gonna piss some people
right.
off. You're gonna make some people happy.
Yes,
You're gonna make some people horny.
yep,
It's
yes.
just that's the nature of it, you
I,
know.
I, oh, I hopefully do all of that all in one. Whatever
That
it is
that
I
would be
finally
dope.
decide to do when I decide to do it, right?
I mean, after this podcast, I might be, in that mood. I don't know yet.
Right? Like
So,
maybe like a OnlyFans podcast, so I could be in my
yo,
lingerie or naked or twerk or play
yo,
music, whatever the case may be.
don't let too many tricks out the bag. You know what I mean?
Right?
Let too many secrets out
I,
there.
I, I, I literally just thought about that today while I was on, because I've been going on POF to kind of help me out, which is Plenty of Fish,
Hmm.
and you can get diamonds on there. So after like 80K, you can cash out to $200. So, I mean, it takes a little while to get there, but sometimes you get lucky and you get people that will just, flood you with diamonds. But on Instagram, sometimes I put my cash app. Sometimes I can make, $20. Sometimes I make no money, but it just depends on whoever's in there. But it's nice to be able to go on something and just be able to talk and make money from it without having to be, send me this, send me that, send me this. So POF is definitely one of my favorite places just to talk shit. And nobody's really going to be like, what are you talking about specifically?
It's the gift of gab. You know what I mean? If you can talk it,
Right, right.
talk it like
I
you're
can just
walking,
go on there and talk about the sky being blue.
and people will pay to listen to that.
Right.
It's an amazing thing. But you say I start off saying adult film star, porn star, all these different titles, and you say you're
Right.
just a content creator who just fucks porn stars. So before
Well,
we get into all the
yeah, it's
origins,
kind of
explain that a
complicated.
little bit.
So, I think that what happened with OnlyFans, and don't get me wrong, I'm an OnlyFans girl, so it's not like I can really talk to you bad about it. But a lot of people confuse the two with porn stars and content creators and stuff like that. See, me, I started off as solo. So when I say content creator, it's like I used to do Snapchat Premium. And I would, be like a little pocket porn star. Whenever somebody wanted to pull me out, they could, see it and then go back and until they're ready to for me again. And then I started doing collabs and I started working with BBW Highways. That was the first paid scene that I had. And that's when I realized the difference is content creating, there's also you do a little scheme, a scheme. I put skit and scene together, and scheme, probably a new word. But anyways, so a skit, something in the beginning, maybe a little bit of what do you call it? Screenplay, and then you get into the scene. I feel like a lot of content creators actually don't fake it. More porn stars, going into content houses that I've been into, porn shoots and stuff like that. I've seen a lot of it is fake. Some of it, sometimes they're not even hard. It's just the way that they're angling it, blah, blah, blah. So, I think content creators are more, it's kind of like, football, college football. They go really hard because they're trying to make it into the big leagues. I kind of feel it's something like that. Hold on, I'm sorry, I'm getting on the phone. But also I think that it's mostly people just don't know what is going on anymore either. I don't know technically what I'm supposed to be because I am on OnlyFans, because I am on mainstream. So it's very confusing and people are just, putting it all into one big melting pot and just calling it sex work. Mm-hmm. So I just like to consider myself an adult entertainer, and I entertain adults. And yes, adults only.
Yes, definitely. 18 and over.
I mean, I will entertain a virgin as long as he's an adult.
As long as he's 18 and got ID,
Right,
I mean, it's funny you say that because I had a conversation with someone not too long ago, a guest, and we brought up the whole topic of what is a porn star, and you mentioned about how technology has formed so much now. I'm old enough that I can remember, the porn stars, where you had the big name
Right.
starlets that were, considered porn stars, where they were,
Right.
these big elaborate productions where it was a lot of scenes and a lot of like legit acting, not, I mean, for whatever it is, I mean, yeah, they're having sex, but it is legit, there was scripts, there was a theme, there was some kind of, dialogue. And then nowadays
most
everybody
of the
is,
stepmom scene started there.
yeah. And then now, it's like everybody's easily throwing the names around like as a porn star, the title of porn star. But like you said, anybody nowadays can be a content creator, because as long as you have a webcam, reliable internet access, anybody can go ahead and start, and it's the same thing. It's the same thing with the podcast
game. You can go on Amazon
game.
and buy the tripod. You can buy the lights. You can buy everything that you need. But when you get behind the big league, and here's the thing is that when it's when it's just us in the room with the tripods and the things, and sometimes you'll get POV and you'll get multiple angles with multiple equipment and all that good stuff. But it's just not, it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? Like when you get in, when you go, I've been in some scenes that they can't get hard. And I'm pretty sure, I hate to say it, but it's the cameraman. Like, they're probably like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, so in their heads, and like, most people don't think about that. Like, porn isn't just, oh, you're just fucking behind the camera. Like, there's a lot more to it.
There's stoppages, and there's, retakes and different angles, and, we're going to take some still shots now, so just kind of hold that pose. It's a lot more elaborate than what people think.
You need at least 7 minutes, right? You need at least 7 minutes per position. Like, you need to remember that you can't eat too heavy, but you got to eat enough. Like, it's a lot to it. Like, you got to be able to, completely sound, no sound, and be okay with somebody breathing heavy, like, it's a lot.
Yeah, because you think about it, because, most people, when they're, in sexual relationships, and I say most because I guess not everybody needs to be intimate to bone. I mean, that's clear. Right. There's a lot of people that could just bone, regardless if there's any kind of, whether there's feelings in it or not. But you stop and think about it, not everybody is wired that way, So if you, certain things that, like, you might love about your girlfriend, but if you're just randomly making out with a dude, or you might love about your boyfriend, but if he's just, like, if this dude is, like, breathing heavy, or he's got, like, this weird, like, kind of, like, I don't know, nasal kind of sound when he's breathing, it just kind of throws you off. Like, that could kill a mood, so it's not something that everybody can do.
It's kind of like when you go on a date and then, what I'm saying, you get to know them, and then you sleep at their house or they sleep at yours, whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. You sleep with them for the first time and they snore.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, shit. I'm not going to be able to snuggle with this person. Like, well, I guess snuggling.
It's a game changer.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do I deal with it? Is it, is it tolerable? Do I just not sleep around them? You have to decide what's more important.
And you can't do that when you're on a set. You know what I mean? It's like, it's go time.
I give so many girls props that can actually, like, tune that off. Like, there's this show that I used to watch called Vampire Diaries, and they have, like, a humanity switch. And I say that, like, I wish I could just turn on and off my humanity switch, my feelings, literally my eyes, just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can close my eyes during the scene and, envision whatever I want to envision, but there's nothing better than rolling of the eyes, you know what I'm saying? Looking at it, eye contact, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So that's what makes the scene better. So me closing my eyes is only making, it's just weird. It's just certain things that you have to be like, well, this is what I get paid to do, and it's not even paid big bucks, because we don't get paid that much, but it is what it is.
Well, you say it's weird and everything. Like, do you watch any of your stuff back, any of the content that you make, whether it be on a set or,
That is all. Okay, so before I start, when I first started using Twitter, I blew up really big with my name on Instagram. I used to just go outside in my booty shorts and take pictures outside, and I had like 10K, like, in no time. And then when I started doing this, I hit like 250K at one point, and so my name holds weight on Instagram. So when I moved over to doing collabs, that's when I moved over to Twitter as well. And when I moved over to Twitter, it was like, oh, free porn, man. It was great. I was like, what? Twitter is lit. Like, I'm going to be on Twitter. And now I'm on Twitter, and all I watch is myself. So, like, I mean, I'll watch other things to get ideas of positions and what looks good and, like, the camera angle of other people's. But the snippets on Twitter just does fine for me. Now, I would rather, like, I get that we have to show support, you know, to the people who we want to collab with, our coworkers, or whatever the case may be. So, like, I'll subscribe to their OnlyFans, but just to really go on there and like their stuff, you know, give them likes and the algorithm of Instagram, OnlyFans. But I'm really not like watching it like that. Like, I'll glimpse at it, but I really get off on mine because I reminisce on it. So like I can like play with my toys and watch myself, and I feel it as well as I feel it, you know, if that makes sense.
Totally makes sense. And I want to get into like the details. Like I said, the origin stories of this. So you're calling from Florida. So is that where you're originally from, right. Florida, or?
Yeah, I was born in Miami.
Okay.
My mom is Cuban. My dad is Puerto Rican. My mom was born in Cuba. My dad was born in New York.
Okay.
So I guess
that's a lot of spice right there.
Right. That's where I get the little New York in me. Some people think I'm from New York, and
That's why you came at me very aggressively at Exotica. You know what I mean? I got that aura from you.
It was like, come here, buddy.
Yeah, that's why I said it. And I was like, do I say no? Like, there's no sharp objects, because I know, you know, the one thing I learned, you don't piss off a Latina, she's going to go ahead and shank your ass or something. I'm like,
I thought you completely forgot about me, because I saw you going around everybody's booth, and I was like, and I like
you're hard to forget.
I'm not. Oh my God, thank you. You just made my day.
I mean, you definitely are. I mean, you obviously, like I said, you just have that fiery, spicy side to you. You know, you have this exotic look. You know, the blue-haired demon, as you dubbed yourself on Twitter.
I try to bring out my eyes a little bit.
So, I mean, obviously, like, I don't want to say this in a derogatory way or any kind of shade of disrespect and everything, but like Latinos and Latinas, like they have like that sexual presence about them, that aura, you know what I mean? They're just hot-blooded people.
Right.
So
naturally,
yes, exactly. So I mean, have you always been somebody who grew up where you were just very like fiery sexually?
Okay, so I was a teenage mom. I had my first child at 17, and then I had my second one at 19. So I want to say before that, I mean, I wasn't having sex for a long time before I got pregnant. But I used to like rub on, like I used to rub it, like I used to pillow hunch or so. I think that's what they call it, like dry hunching on the pillows when I was a kid. Like I used to watch that channel 99 with all the little snowflakes, snow flurries and stuff like that. And I used to love kissing. Oh my God, I was a hoe before I was even fucking in school, like because I was just kissing all the boys. And I didn't care. They would be like, yeah, Jenny fucked, and I'd be like,
hell yeah.
I didn't. But, no, I didn't. But if they want to say that, sure, I sure did. Like, I was fucking all the popular kids. By the time I got to high school, they knew who I was. I was like, okay. And I hadn't had sex by the time I got to high school. So it's been fun. Like, I want to say that it comes natural to me, because of that. But I am actually very shy. I don't like to be around crowds. I don't like people looking at me. I used to be really insecure, but now it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they love me anyway.
So then you really had a lot of Henny in you at Exotica.
I definitely
Because you were definitely not shy around me, and you was letting everybody see everything.
And that's why I drink. I drink to socialize. I am a social drinker. And when I'm out there in public, it's like, yo, listen, I cannot be that paranoid Jenny, because if I am, I'm not going to make no money. Who wants to see a little shy girl in the corner? Like, nobody.
I'm sure there's a fetish group out there for it.
Right. Yeah, but that's, it's not.
But acting and actually being it are two different things, so.
Right. Like, I'm not shy when it's just like me and someone that I can, like once I lock eyes with you and I feel comfortable talking to you, then I don't care who's around. Like, the world can be on fire. I'm focused on you. I'm making eye contact with you. I'm in this conversation. But if I'm by myself, like, I put my headphones on. I have 3 pairs of headphones and I only have 2 ears. And I don't see nothing except what's in front of me. Like, I'm on go mode because I cannot make eye contact. Like, I was great in school projects, except if I had to perform in front of the classroom, I would like start stuttering. I would like, it was horrible. Like, even thinking about it now makes me nervous. So that's why at Exotica, I was very wild and whatever and free, I would call it. But when she tried to put me on the stage with her, I went to the back. Taylor Made was hosting a show, and she came down from the stage and got me because I was like, yeah, no, I'm not going over there. She was like, come here. And then she went and she got me, and she took me behind the curtain, and I signed up and everything. And then I was like, wait a minute. I got to get up there on the stage. And they were like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, no. And I walked out. And I was like, and they were like, for real? And I'm like, yeah, I'm out. Like, it wasn't even if they would have told me it's some money, I would have been like, nah, bro. Because with my luck, I would be so nervous. As soon as I went up some steps, I'd probably just fall right there. Like, that because I'm so nervous. Like,
you get in like your own head though. Like, it seems like you're getting in your own head. Like, you're thinking of the worst that could happen.
Yep. And that's literally what I do. And then everything goes fine, but I have to be on Henny.
So then let me ask you this then. So, I mean, at what point did you decide that, obviously you didn't have sex until you were in high school. You were okay with people saying that you did this and you did that. But at what point did you decide that I want to be a content creator? And then, like, obviously, like you said, you got to be on the Henny, you got to be drinking to feel, like, comfortable. Now, for a lot of people who are content creators, that's not the easiest thing to do. To even if they're at home on a webcam, it's like sometimes you don't see the other people, But it's just like, at what point, like, how did you get yourself into that relaxed mode to say, this is what I'm going to do?
Well, when it was just me, I locked eyes with the camera. Like, that's always like my solo style, like crazy. I angle it and I have it that you can see my face and you can see, everything else you need to see. And it's because I'm making eye contact with myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got this. I be telling myself, Jenny, you got this. Like, there's times that I'm like, man, this ain't what I want to do. And then I watch myself and I'm like, bitch, look at you. You're fucking good at this, though. Like, you got to keep doing this. Like, there's one video of me and Artemis that I'm his number one fan. And this video has 100% like nobody dislikes this video. And that is very rare to have. Like, even on illegal sites that it's not supposed to be on because we didn't release it there, it still gets likes and comments, and people know who I am. My name isn't even on it. His name is on it, but they know who I am. Like, if you read the comments, they're like, oh, that's Picante Jenny. And I'm like, yeah, that's Picante Jenny.
So, I mean, you get this new sudden fame and people are recognizing you. And, I mean, it's got to be a good feeling. But I also want to know, for somebody who's doing this. Yeah, but somebody who also does this, like, I mean, like, have you ever faced anybody that, like you say, you got 100% likes, but have you ever faced anybody who has just wanted to be a hater or try to break you down? And how did you deal with that?
Well, I'm on page number, 23 or 24 now on Instagram. I'm one of those that I just don't like people to see me sweat. I know people think that I have a reaction, and yes, I am. I'm fiery. I'm Picante. That's my name. You know what I'm saying? It's fire. It's, it's funny because some people tell me I should have red hair since I'm fire, and I say blue is actually a stronger flame. Blue is hotter than red. So, to me, it's really, I did jail time and I did prison time, so I know what prison is like in the mind. And nobody will ever be able to get to that part of me again. Like, you cannot push my buttons. Like, I know, remember what they taught us in school, like, it takes a bigger person to walk away. I understand that now. Like all of that, like I can literally walk away from a situation. Will I say what I need to say before I walk away? Yes.
Talk that talk.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a firecracker, you know what I'm saying? But once I say what I gotta say, I'm moving on. Like if I was mad at you yesterday, but I told you off, I snapped on you. By tomorrow, I'm good. Like, don't fucking hit me up with the same bullshit like, Jenny, you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. What the fuck is up? What you want? You know what I'm saying? But if you just hit me up the next day and we just keep it moving, you know what I'm saying, then it's cool. But if I don't say nothing, that's when you should worry. Like, if I just hit you with the okay, I don't care. I really don't. I'm not affected by your opinion. So if I hit you with the okay or bet or say less, don't even worry about it. You are no longer a part of my life. And I have mental funerals every day.
So, I mean,
so when I see people out I have yet to meet someone public, like right in front of me, hating on me. I have not, thank the Lord, have not met one of those. The people who I've been blessed to meet are actual fans. I had met one guy in Puerto Rico who left work just to come. He found me on the beach just to take a picture with me. And, you know, like, it was like, bro, like, all of Puerto Rico, you found me. So, like, things like that is what makes me, you know, feel fantastic. See what I did there? Fantastic. Okay.
I'm not going to lie. When I went to Miami, that's the first thing I did. I looked on the beach. I was like, yo, I know there's got to be, like, a van around here with graffiti written inside. I'm like, I was so disappointed walking down South Beach. I'm like, yo, there are no porn stars on this whole fucking beach. Just a bunch of old senior citizens.
It's crazy because I believe that's where that girl, dang, what is her name? Anyway, she runs the OnlyFans, but I believe she runs it in Miami. But Miami is pretty big, so, you know.
I went that up and down that whole entire beach. I didn't see nothing. There was not no punani anywhere on that beach.
Well, most people don't go to Miami unless they're, you know, touring or there's money to be made. Or if you go to Hollover, which is the nude beach, you know, you'll be lucky sometimes. If there's like X-Biz Miami, oh my gosh, that's where all the porn stars were every night. I mean, every day.
I didn't know that. You know, I was probably in the geriatric senior citizen area of the beach. You know,
yeah, we have Hollover. Yeah. We have Hollover in Miami, which is the nude beach, like sections of the beach in Miami. So it's pretty cool though.
If you're comfortable talking about it, I mean, you served a bid. So kind of tell us how that kind of changed your whole outlook and perspective on life, you know, because you said that changed a lot of things. Like, I mean, do you move differently now because of that? Like, how did all that kind of manifest into who you are today?
Everything in life is different because of that time that I did, between being the best mother. I didn't lose custody of my kids. I didn't, there's a lot of things that could have went other ways, and it didn't. And I took account. That's when I learned to really take accountability for my life, and that there really isn't wrong place at the wrong time, unless if you're literally like wrong place. But you can't, like, it was because of my baby daddy that I actually went to prison. So, for a while when I first got there, I was saying it was because I was with him and, whatever. And it was like, no, because I knew what he was doing and I tolerated it because, that was the father of my kids and I wanted us to be together and blah, 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 blah. Hopeful child, a young mother, I guess you could call it. And then I realized, like, no, like, I'm in here because I knew what he was doing and I let him get away with it and I kept doing it and I accepted it and here I am. So when I started when I found myself and I took, I'm a woman. Like, I'm not a girl no more. I'm a whole woman, So that's when I really learned to be alone and to be happy with myself. I was in a dorm full of like 60 women, and I was able to still, tune it out. There was probably every single day I saw something that just made me just, ugh, God, why am I in prison? But, I knew I was there. I'm not going to lie and say I didn't know why I was there. I know why I was there. So, like I said, I found myself. I learned a lot of things. I learned even family. family. They're not family. They're relatives. We're related by blood. Those are not family. Like the people who wrote me, the people who sent me pictures of their kids on their birthdays, on their school pictures, the people who thought of me, the people who just Googled my name and you can find my address for a good 3 years, 36 months I was sentenced to. And you tell me you miss me, but I didn't hear from you? Like, bro, you didn't miss me. You just saying that because you're trying to, like, I don't even know. I don't even know, but say that bullshit for somebody else. So the loud, outspoken Jenny, yes, she's always been around. This pop your pussy Jenny, that one only came around when in Florida it's hard for me to get a job, you know? So I want to buy a house for my kids, but I don't have the I don't have the paperwork to say here's my income. You know what I'm saying? Like I have my cousin fill out my taxes, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's just complicated. But the reason I ended up doing this is because I'm a homebody, and this is what I'm good at. And I eventually want to be able to start a Pornhub with my husband and make thousands of dollars just with me and him, because I know that they pay couples more. But now it's like I don't want to get like a content guy and do that, because now what if they're just using me? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just it puts a dent on every part of my life now, but I can handle certain things. Except I'm very emotional sometimes, and sometimes I don't realize just how emotional I am, and I tend to like push people away just to, you know, so I'm not hurt or whatever. I'm human, so I'm still human, you know what I'm saying? But it did make me a better person, and I'm okay with that now. Like it is what it is, you know.
Now, a couple of things I want to take away from that. First off, I want to speak about, like you said, your husband. How does he feel about what it is that you do? And like, because a lot of guys, I say this all the time in episodes.
I don't have one. I don't have a husband. I'm
okay.
I want to be married by the end of this year.
Got you. Okay. I was going to say, because a lot of times I talk about this in other episodes of the podcast, is a lot of times everybody's cool. They all want to brag and, you know, for clout and say, oh, you know, I'm dating a porn star. I'm dating this chick. You know what I mean? And everything is all cool and dandy when you're getting dabs from your boys about it. But then when, you know, you're on a set or something like that, how do you deal with like jealousy? Like how is dating life like? Because you can't just, you know, just trust everybody. Like it's got to be difficult to trust like people's intentions, right?
I think yes, definitely. I think each person is definitely different. Like for example, there's one person that I tried being in a relationship with, and when I watch him with other people, I don't get jealous or nothing. I enjoy threesomes with him and everything. But then there was another dude that I was talking to, and then when we went to do a threesome, I was like, I don't think I could watch this. And I literally had said I can, and like I could record it and everything. And then I thought about it, and I was like, no, I got this, you know? So like, I don't know. It's like, I think, again, like what you said earlier, sometimes you get in your own head. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, like you think you're okay with something and then it's actually in front of you and you change your mind. And that's okay too. Like a lot of people think that it's not okay. What's not okay is to say, yes, I want to be in that type of relationship. And then when it's in front of you and you're uncomfortable, you don't speak up.
Yeah, when you're lying to yourself.
Yes, you're lying to yourself. You're lying to your partner. It's not going to work. Now, if you literally say, I think this will work, and you try it out, and it doesn't work for one, but it works out for the other one, then they're not at fault for that either. Like, if they say, nah, that's not for me, bro, that's just not, it's baby, I love you, but it's not for me. Now, they can even settle on something that says, okay, well, since it's not for me, I don't mind if you go out there, but there's rules to it. Each couple has their own rules. Like me, I don't kiss on the set. I don't think that there should be a lot of kissing in porn. There is people who I do kiss, but most of the time during my, you know, I don't. Like, I'll kiss more girls than I kiss guys. And so it's just because of, you know, I think kissing involves feelings, but that's just for me. What if for the next person, it's just what it looks like on camera. So I really feel like in that type of thing, everybody needs to have their own rules. I don't think that anyone should say, well, this person does it, so we should be able to do it. Like, that's not why you should do it. You should do it because your partner is not property. And if that's what makes them happy, is being with everybody on the block and everybody in the city, then let them be. Let them be who they are. Do not stop them. Do not, like, you know, do not lie to them and say that, you know what I'm saying? If they're not for you, then it's okay to move on. Like, it's okay to have more than one soulmate or fire flame or whatever. And it's okay to love multiple people. Like, whoever says that you can only love one person like, are you crazy? Like, you can love each person for each different reason. Like, I can love one person because, you know what I'm saying, they have long hair and I like long hair. You know what I'm saying? The next person, whatever the case may be, you can't tell somebody how to live their life, how to live their love life, how to live their sex life, like none of that. So I think that everybody needs to figure out what they're comfortable with, what is said, and then what they feel comfortable when it's acted upon. Because like I said, even being a porn star, oh, I want to be in porn, I want to be in porn. And then when the cameras get to rolling, you can't even get your dick hard. Like, well, buddy, we need that to work.
Some people can't do that even when the cameras aren't rolling.
Well, there you go.
So what's your stance on women? You say you kiss girls more than you do guys. So is with women, is that solely just a sexual thing, or are you comfortable like relationships with women, like an actual non-sexual relationship?
I joke and say I'm 75% lesbian because I will kiss, I finger, I play with toys, I do all that good stuff. I love titties, but I will not put my mouth on vagina. I just refuse.
Why is that?
I don't know. It doesn't turn me on. Like, I've gone, like, even, like, during threesomes, and I'll, like, go down there, like, yeah, I'm ready. And then I look at it, and I'm like, no, can't do it.
Is it, like, the feeling of it or the texture of it, or?
I don't know. Like,
or do you get in, like, your own head, and you're like, I know how many dicks have been in this?
No, I know. Gosh, oh, that would be horrible. Imagine if they thought about that with me. So, no, I think actually I go to prison mode, and God, I've seen some things in there that it was just like, if I would have been a lesbian, prison definitely changed that about me too, because it's females are disgusting, to be honest. Like, it's gross. Like, if you ever went to a bus stop or, like, even, you know, like a rest stop area or whatever, and you go into the man's bathroom, the only thing that you'll catch is pee on the toilet, maybe on the floor, a little bit here, over there. Women will shit on the toilet, shit on the floor. Like, what the fuck, bitch? There's a whole toilet right here. Like, how are you missing the big-ass bowl? Women are disgusting. Like, I used to work at a strip club. I was a cocktail waitress, and I heard a girl literally flush the toilet, did not wash her hands, and went to the stage to perform. And all I could think of was, I really hope that there's tissue hanging from a booty hole so people know that she just left the bathroom. Because that's nasty.
So
yes,
you definitely would not be in a relationship?
No. I could probably do a poly. I could probably do the poly.
Uh-huh.
So, like, you know what I'm saying? When I'm not in the mood, you know what I'm saying? Hey, girl, go deal with our husband right now.
Yeah.
Type shit. But just me and her, no. Unless if she's okay with me being a pillow princess. And there are some out there that like that.
Mm-hmm.
I know I had a girlfriend or two in prison, and they didn't mind that I didn't want to touch them because they didn't want to be touched. So I was like, okay, this is going to work out for us.
See, now guys are out there like, yo, I need a pillow princess. I need a chick that's like the Tooth Fairy pillow princess. So you don't have to put money under the pillow. You know, the chick that you don't have to pay for.
I like that.
You know?
Yes.
See how I tied both ends there, you know? I need a Tooth Fairy pillow princess. Someone where, you know, I don't have to worry about paying her. You know? Touching's fine, we just don't want to pay you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to spend that money on you. No, I mean, that's here to be sounding all cheap or anything, but I mean, there's dudes out there that are like that, you know, like they won't buy their chick nothing.
Listen, there's one out there for everybody. There's people that pay $800 for pictures. There's people that pay $80 for pictures of feet. You know what I'm saying? You gotta find your clientele is what I tell people.
You definitely
Until
do.
you find the right one, you can't talk about the other ones. You can't talk about what you didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I raise my prices all the time, and people will be like, "Well, that wasn't what." And, yup. And gas wasn't the same price 2 days ago, was it? I can.
Shit, the cost of eggs is going up every day. You know?
Yo, I was on live the other day, and I had a pack of 18, and I was like, look at how much money I got, y'all. I got a pack of 18 eggs right here. Who would have ever thought that you could tell how much money you have from the eggs you got right now?
No.
Not a gold chain, but how many eggs you got.
So speak to me a little bit too, being a mother, doing what you do and having children. How do you maneuver with being a mother too? Because obviously, like, there's some things that, when there's a time and an age for them to know certain things and to be able to do what they want, but at the same time you have a responsibility as a parent and as an adult to kind of like protect them and maybe shelter them some things. So how difficult is that for you?
I guess because I'm such a fucking overanalyzer and overthinker. I've already thought about this. My kids are great. I brag about my kids. I toot my horn. Before anything, I'm a mother. Like, even before I'm a woman, I'm a mother. People say all the time, "Oh, Jen, you're a good mom." No, I'm a great mom. Don't ever get it twisted. I'm a mother. I'm like, my baby daddy could probably thank me because of, my kids are 18 and 16. I've raised 2 daughters on my own, and like, literally no help. My family has turned their backs on me type stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what I just said earlier. But I have kids that, I literally sat them down both before and was like, you know what I'm saying? Kim Kardashian made her whole family rich. You know what I'm saying? And you don't hear them complaining about what she did. I don't bring anybody home. Nobody has ever disrespected us. Nobody has ever disrespected them. You know what I'm saying? Of course, now they're starting to say, "Hey, your mom's hot."
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, how's that awkwardness where they're going to school and there's kids? Kids have the internet.
That's
you know what I mean? Like,
that's why I don't let I'm upfront with them. So I told them if they want an Instagram, they got to be ready for dick pics. You want to see a dick? And they're like, no. And I'm like, well, you can't go on Instagram because you can post pictures of your dog. You can post pictures of flowers, and guess what? You're gonna get dick pics. It's just Instagram. It is what it is. So they don't have Instagram, which, like I said, that's where I'm at. What they do be on is TikTok, and I am not on TikTok for that reason, because I don't want to go viral and then my kids click on my link. Like, they're not gonna fucking Google me unless if I give them a reason to Google me.
Well, what happens, like, if they're talking to kids in school? Like, have you ever ran into that where it was like, "Mom, like, this dude at school was telling me he saw this and he saw that"?
No. I guess because, I do a lot of traveling with my shit. I do not do anything close to home. I do not shit where I sleep at. I definitely learned that a long time ago, the hard way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want anybody to even remotely know where I'm at. Like, so I've never posted my kids on the internet. The only time my kids have been posted is on Facebook, and I do not accept anybody unless I actually know you. I might even look at the picture and be like, I think I know them. Now, if I think I know you, you're not getting accepted. I have to know that I know you. Like, I will not be, because my baby daddy is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is crazy. So I'll pass on that, because that's what people used to do back in the day. They used to send him pictures that I would post of the kids, and he'd walk around talking about, "This is my family," and blah, 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 blah. And people were like, "Jen, I seen your baby daddy, da, da, da." And I'm like, I do not want to know. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
So it's good because of the way I raised my kids. If I would have raised my kids differently, it would have probably been harder. But as of right now, and I don't need to feel knock on wood or anything like that crazy, I feel that as long as I respect my kids, they respect me, they have everything that they need, everything that they want, and I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I take them to practice. I take them to whatever. Now, my oldest one drives and stuff like that, so she chauffeurs me and stuff like that. But, I'm right here. I'm right here giving them whatever money they need. Like, my daughter's a senior and she's about to graduate, and cap and gown is expensive, and that's just renting it. Like, I gotta give this shit back? Hold on, nah, this is mine. I just paid that much money for it.
You know, some guys have that mentality when they go to Exotica too. You know, like they're paying for something. They're like,
Right?
wait, I only get a picture. I only get a hug. Like, I paid for this shit. This is mine.
Yes.
And it's like, nah, don't work
And
that
that's
way.
what, and that's one thing that I was very well known for in the beginning is that, and still now, like I'm not, I know I know my customers. You get what I'm saying? I know my fans. I get to know them. I talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what they're gonna spend. Like, if I sell $30, $40, $50 customs, I could sell, you know, one a day versus, you know, $200 custom once a month. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's you know, change adds up, like they say. So if they can afford $30, $60 customs, you know what I'm saying? But they can't afford no $200 custom. If that's the case, they gonna sign up for a whole bunch of different people's OnlyFans instead of spending $200 just on me.
Mm-hmm. Now, being that there's so much more content out there, because like I said, we started off with the podcast saying that it's so much easier now to be recognized, to be doing this different stuff online. What, like, tell us if the struggles, if there's any, or if you even think about it, what are the struggles with trying to compete with other people and trying to one up other people? Because there's so many options out there now.
Well, see, and that's why I say you have to find your fans. And once you find your fans, you find where you need to be at. It's not even about the competition. There's too much money out there to be thinking this is a competition. It's not a competition because what they don't find in me, they can find in the next one that I gave a shout out to. And now that girl's going to look out for me because I done looked out for her and giving her a shout out. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason to be in competition with anybody in this industry. What they don't find in me, they're going to find in the next one. You get what I'm saying? I'm not the only one with blue hair out in this world. And I know I'm not the only one with the big old butt. But, you know what I'm saying? I stand out because I know where my fans are. I know where to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I chase my fans, not competition, basically. And I think that's what everybody needs to learn how to do, too.
So explain to me what your do not do list is. Because everybody has a list of things they do not do. You said finding your audience, finding that clientele. What are some things that, like you're saying, if they don't see it with me, they'll see it with somebody else. What can they expect not to see with you? Like, what are the limits?
I don't do anal. I don't lick booty holes.
We know you don't eat pussy.
I don't do that. I will never do a gangbang. Unless if it's like a reverse gangbang and it's a whole bunch of females with dildos, that's the only way I'll do it. Like, type shit. But a whole bunch of guys, no. I don't really like too large dicks. Like, I really don't like, I like girth and just long enough, you know, maybe 9. Like, that's my max. Like, these big old dicks that people are like, Jenny, when are you going to work with Priscilla? I don't want to. He's so big. He's going to tear me. Like, yo, he's huge. Like, it's very rare that you're going to see me with too big. It's not just BBC. So whoever thinks that is a liar. Like, I really don't care. But you definitely won't see those things. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So what is, I mean, you mentioned that it's not just BBC, you know, there's other dudes. Like, if you are out there, if there are guys out there that are really interested in getting to know you on a different level, like, what do guys have to do and say? Like, what attracts you? What impresses you? What gets your attention?
Realness, to be honest. Like, I will answer a DM that's professional, and I'll answer a DM that says, let's fuck. Why? Because, you know, there's certain people that don't know how to talk, but there's certain people that do know how to discuss money. And at the end of the day, I'm not here for the likes. I'm here for the money. So if I say, you know what I'm saying, if he says, okay, let's fuck, and whatever, you know what I'm saying, like, I reply to him, da-da-da. Now I see where he's at. So, like I said, get to know your fans. You got to be a little ratchet with them sometimes, and sometimes you got to be professional with them.
You got to be stern sometimes.
You got to figure out where they're at. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then after a certain, then you cut them off or you keep going. I have one fan. He keeps telling me he's my number one fan. He's my number one fan. He never bought nothing, but I guess he was going through it right then at the time for a job. On my birthday, he sent me $420. Why? Because I had a relationship going with him. Like, I treated him like a human. I knew he didn't have the money at the moment, but you know what I'm saying? At least he was subscribed. You know what I'm saying? At least he was, showing support. You know what I'm saying? There's certain ways that people can show you their true colors, and that's basically all I'm looking for. I don't care what they look like. Of course, I have, things that meet the eye, but I'm not blocking any of my blessings, and I feel like people come in forms of blessings or lessons or times for seasons and reasons and all that stuff. I sound like a rapper right now.
I was gonna say you dropping bars on my podcast here. Like I wasn't ready for this. I mean, I'm the DJ and you're the MC. I'm like, what is going on? We just popped off on a pop-up show here.
The dick is my mic, baby, and the dick is my mic. I'm gonna spit on it with the two hands.
As long as I can be the DJ, I'm down with that. You know what I mean? Like, let me be the sound guy. But what are the things you still want to do? Like, what are goals? What are like fantasies? What are different things that you're like, I've done this and I've done that, but I still want to conquer this. I still want to be this or do that.
I still want to be a successful business owner. Okay. Like, that's really at the end. Like, I know what's going on. I know that every day there's a new thing you gotta overpower, and there's speed bumps and all that good stuff. I just want to be successful. At the end of the day, that's really all I want. I'm already rich in other ways. You know what I'm saying? I need the money to match everything else now. I got good health. I just literally want to keep being successful. And so if that means doing more scenes or, getting behind the scenes and doing more production, my editing is getting really good now, especially like with the blue hair thing. I'd be changing my pictures. If it was an old picture, because like I have black hair, so I'll be like, nah, we're going to make this blue. So I know how to edit pictures now and make my hair blue. And I'm like, okay.
Look at you. You're a Photoshop wizard now.
Right?
Let's see. Look at all the accolades. I mean, she's an MC and a rapper. You know what I mean? She's a Photoshop wizard now. You know what I mean? She's a content creator.
I manage my own OnlyFans.
It's blowing up.
Right? I edit my own videos. Yeah. And I'm my own security, too, because, I got to beat people up every once in a while.
Hey, like Biggie said, blowing up like you would. Same number, same hood.
Hey. Yes.
But so I had a handful of questions here because, like you said, you do have a following. You do obviously have like a social, presence, which is very crucial. And we got a couple of questions here, so I want to kind of go through some of these questions here. And one guy, and I try not to use people's handles because some people are, like I said, they're on the low. They don't want people to know that, girlfriends and ex-wives and baby moms and, all the other kind of crazy shit that's out there. I'm not trying to be indicted on some type of, conspiracy or crime here.
That's the only way you can give somebody defamation of characters if you say their name.
So I'm not. So the nameless will remain nameless here. But one guy wants to know. He's like, tell us what the freakiest shit you've ever done.
Freakiest shit. Oh man.
Which is weird because a lot of people like I've had guests on and they talk about like what's considered freaky to them, and then other people are like, that's like normal everyday shit. You know what I mean? Like that's waking up and having a cup of coffee. Like that's freaky to some people.
I've had threesomes. I've had threesomes, boy girl, and boy girl. I squirt like crazy. I don't know what freaky would be though. I do shit videos, scat videos, I guess they call it. I do feet. I've sucked toes. I guess the freakiest I've ever done is suck dick while somebody else is eating his ass. I guess probably, I don't know.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know.
What's something that you want to try?
I'm still debating if I want to ever actually try anal. Like, sometimes I want to do it, and then sometimes I'm like dead set on nah, I don't need to. But then other times when people talk about it, it's just like, do you want to? And then I'm like, nah, but maybe one day I will. Maybe, like another 5 years, like maybe I'm bored and I'm just like, all right, we're going to try this out. Finally. I don't know. So maybe. Stay with me. In 10 years.
In 10 years, a 10-year plan.
We're going to come back in 10 years.
Now, one of the things too is to stay with you and everything. So let everyone know where they can find you at online, because I said you have a huge social presence, and
Right.
you go through your Twitter and your Instagram and OnlyFans, but let everybody know where they can officially find you, because there's a lot of catfish and shit going on out there.
Right. If you see picantejenny.org in the bio, it's definitely me. And now I just figured out it's picantejenny.org because it stands for orgasm. So Picante Jenny Orgasm.
It's all the marketing.
So, and yes. So if you go down, if you click on that, it basically sends you to all my links. And anything that you need is on there, like free sites, everything's on there. Everything's always updated. I like that one because it tells you how many views, and I got a lot. So, and it's free, and it has my email. I can attach my email to it. Like Linktree, you can't attach an email. I tried all the other different ones, like whatever. So it's on my link, but it's Picante Jenny, which is spelled PicanteJenny.org. O-R-G, just in case.
Yes, for the orgasm. Another listener wanted to know, like, what are some of your things that you enjoy doing when you're not, twerking, filming, giving
Traveling.
amazing head?
I love traveling. Yeah.
I say that like I speak from experience or something. I mean, it looks amazing on video. I don't, I'm just gonna.
I'm sure you've been down my Twitter.
I have. And it's crazy because that's the great thing about doing this is you gotta do your research, and it's just like the one tweet. Yeah. My biggest flex is sucking dick while poking my ass out and twerking.
Hey, that's me in my little teacher's outfit.
So you like traveling. Where's the farthest you've traveled?
I've been to California.
Mm-hmm.
And I've gone down to Puerto Rico, and I've gone all the way up to Niagara Falls. I took a road trip up to Niagara Falls. My sister lives in Buffalo, New York, so I went all the way up. I stayed in Virginia for a couple of months. I love DC. I love it all up there. I'm a Steelers fan, so I definitely want to go back up there for a game. I went to Philly recently, and I went to the Reading station, and I had a bunch of different foods.
Gotta love the Reading terminal.
Yes, I am a foodie. I love to travel. Part of the rest of that question is I like traveling. I like going to theme parks. I like eating food. I love smoking weed. That's what I'm doing right now. That's what I've been doing the whole time. So you hear me coughing. It's not COVID. Promise. It's a blunt smoke.
Smaller hits.
No, it's.
She's like, no, I'm going big. You don't go big, or we don't go at all.
Right. So I like trying different types of weeds. Like I say, I'm you catch me with names and stuff like that. So like I want to travel to all 50 states, even if it's just like literally landing at the airport and buying a shot glass for the state or some shit like that. But I definitely do love traveling and learning. I love to learn. So, yeah.
Well, we got to send you a Philly care package.
I want to get. Oh yes, I would love it. I love stickers.
Yeah, we'll send you a Philly care package. You know what I mean? We're on the eastern side here of Pennsylvania, so no Steelers stuff, but we can get you that Eagles stuff.
Yeah, I definitely need to go back there so I can climb the rocky stairs I did put a sticker by the statue, but I definitely want to go back and actually climb the stairs.
I'll tell you, I've done it. It's not the easiest thing to do. You can
It's
climb them.
okay.
You might, the running part is, is a little, you might want to chill on the weed a little bit beforehand.
I just want to do, the little rocky pose at the top. And that's it.
So, we'll get 2 more questions here, and we'll try to get some really good ones here. So, we've already gone over like things that you're not into or won't do and everything. And another guy wanted to know, who are some of the people that you admire in the business? So whether it be, people that are on set, who are people that you look up to? Like, who do you like idolize or, kind of take ideas from, or say, I really love how that person's, doing their business, and, I want to take a little piece of their game and put my twist on it.
My idol in this industry is Miss B Nasty. I love her personality. I love her looks. I love her aura. I love everything about her. I fell in love with her because she was doing a butt plug that was a fidget spinner, and yeah, it is one of the best videos I've ever seen. And she was a solo content when I first fell in love with her. I love Tiana Trump. She sucks amazing dick.
Yes, she's adorable. I've seen her just in person, and I'm just like,
yes, she is. Janice, I don't know, Janice Hart. She has like absolutely no throat. That is definitely my throat goat. She is. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about, but
I think I do. Funny. I think I do.
She is so fucking funny. On top of that, she is from up there. I don't know if it's New York or New Jersey. Don't quote me on that, but she is the absolute throat goat to me. It's like she has no tonsil, she has no throat. It's just like straight. Like she's put a whole. Like I'm in shock half the time. I'm like, ain't no way. I gotta see this in person.
Her mouth is like a human fleshlight.
Oh my God, it's amazing. It's amazing. Like, I know I could never do that unless if I literally have like surgery or some, I don't know what she did to practice that, but she's amazing. Male wise, I love Artemis. I love his work ethics. Magic Montana. Ken, the owner of BBW Highway, thick as fuck, and Welcome to Porn Life. He's a great guy to work for. He always brings in amazing talent. The people who he works with, like who I've stayed in houses with him with, like they don't think that they're big names and stuff like that, but I'm a hype one, and I'm over there like, yes, you are, and I'll be in there like, let's take booty pictures, and they'll be like, put your butt picture, and I'll be like, I don't care. So I really admire who I put my time into, but who, like the ones that I named before that, those are like who I know you're not supposed to idolize and worship people, but you're not supposed to worship people, but that's who I definitely idolize, and that.
But it's different because it's like you're taking ideas from other people, and when I say taking, I don't mean like stealing or anything like that, but like you're taking something and like into it. Yeah, like they're waking you up to different ideas. Like I have to find myself.
I always put my little hot sauce into it. A little spice to my ideas.
You have to, as much as like I'm constantly on the go. I'm constantly moving. I'm constantly networking. I'm constantly, doing something. And one of the things I really said this year that I really got to start doing is listening to other people's podcasts. I want to hear what other people are doing and saying and everything, because it's like you get trapped in your own world and doing your own thing that it's a good thing to see what other people are doing to get ideas. And like you said, put your own spice on it.
And you saying that honestly makes me feel good that I started it this way. Like I go on other people's podcasts to get a feeling of what what I want to do on mine.
Yeah.
And definitely. I definitely do watch YouTube videos of like I do like to watch, the Breakfast Club and those big YouTube channels too, because I like to see what the big people are doing, as well in their podcast. Angie Martinez is somebody who I always like. Being a DJ, I used to want to be a DJ. Like I wanted to scribble table type shit. So maybe me being in the podcast is like what I would be better in, because I wouldn't have made it in that world, except people are like, well, if you would have been that DJ, think about it. You got your own, like, you're always in your own, like, little area as a DJ.
Mm-hmm.
But I still wouldn't like it. I wouldn't like being in that little area of a club or whatever the case may be. But I definitely like, the records and stuff like that. So maybe I can have like a music segment in my podcast. I don't know how that works, but we'll get there when we get there.
That's the beauty of it all. There's no rules really to it. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like feel and you feel your way around and kind of, find your niche. If that could give any advice to anybody doing this, like it's, some people are like, oh, well, you do so well in this. I'm like, yeah, because I've been doing this shit before podcasting was coined podcasting. You know what I mean? Like I started in radio. I've interviewed people. Like to me, it's not, I don't say that to be big time or nothing, but to me, it comes a lot more easily and more naturally for me as opposed to somebody else who's starting out and stuff, But I always tell people, I'm like, be yourself. There are no rules. There are no, limitations of what you can do and what you can be. And you're proving that from, the other side of the world. You know what I mean? Like you being a content creator, and, being a sex worker and everything, like, I can't do that. I can't. Nobody's paying me diamonds on, Plenty of Fish and, sending me jewels and gems and whatever, stickers and whatever the fuck else they're sending out there in the, and crypto Bitcoin and I don't know, whatever the fuck you guys are sending out there on the internet. I ain't getting any of it. So I'm willing to, I can give you that Venmo. I can give you that if you want to send me some,
hilarious.
But, so I mean, it's awesome to see what you're doing. And like you said, what was those bars you were spitting for me? It was reasons for seasons, and you know what I mean, and blessings and lessons, and all this other stuff.
Know.
Like,
I'm glad this is being recorded, so you can tell me later. So
yeah, But like you said, things do happen for reasons, and maybe it was destined that you just jumped up on me at Exotica, like kind of just tapped me from behind and was like, "You need to interview." I'm like, "Okay, that's fine." Relax.
Yeah.
We'll do this. Just don't hurt me.
I had to get out of my comfort zone because it's all about it's about people approaching you at Exotica, but if they don't know you and they're coming up to the booth, they're just gonna kind of look at you, unless if you kind of come up and say, "Hey, I am da 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 da." And that's what I saw. You were walking by, and I was like, "Wait a minute, no, come over here."
You definitely startled me. I was like, "Wait, what's going on here?" I'm like, "Am I all right? I'm not gonna be." Unless you were going to, like, tie me up and put me in a bang bus or something. Then I'm like, let's do this shit.
Don't walk away from me.
Yeah, don't walk away from me. I got a van back here, a GMC van back here with some candy and puppies in it, and we going to do some freaky shit. Hell fucking yeah, let's go.
He would have been like, I won't scream.
How can I scream when I got the gag ball in my mouth? Like.
Oh, yes, I'm bringing that. I know now. I know for next time.
See, I'm dropping those little tidbits there for you.
Yes,
so I'm gonna
I know
let you
what
get
to
out.
bring to Chicago.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you get out on this last question here. So, what can people expect from you in the near future, long-term future? What is some of the things you can kind of tease for people to get excited about?
Well, I'm still going to be working with others, of course. I'm going to still be traveling and, getting in my content. I do want to meet a little bit more fans. I'm going to be doing more. I think I'm going to do 3 locations. I think I'm going to do Chicago booth at someone else's booth, but like the head person there or whatever. And then I'm going to do Miami. Definitely want to get to know my own fans in my own state, especially in my hometown. Home city, I guess you could call it. And I definitely have to do New Jersey again. But I want a better spot, although he walked in the first 30 seconds and I grabbed him. So, I mean, I guess it wasn't too bad of a location.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pleasant surprise to be, I was like a little startled, but I was like, yeah, I'm all right. Okay.
Yeah, I do want to get more into fetish and dominatrix stuff. They said I would definitely do good in that. So I definitely want to see if I would, because as much as I'm a little firecracker, I gotta be spark. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta be lit. Like, I don't necessarily just want to, like, sit on someone's face until they can't breathe no more. Like, as you know what I'm saying? I know that's what they want, but, like, I don't want to take the shit. I've been in jail. I don't want to go back. But I definitely want to do more events, like host more events, and be like the person with the mic that, you know, like the hype person of the party. I'm not sure what they call that, but, you know, things like that. I definitely do want to get out of my comfort zone of networking more and getting to know my fans. So more fan pop-ups, more fan greets, more fan meets, stuff like that.
Well, very awesome. It's been a pleasure having you on and getting to know you a little bit more. Big shout out to you. Like I said, just much success to you and the blessings and lessons and seasons and reasons and, you know, all that other stuff.
Yes, there it goes.
I mean, I feel like we need to get that on a
it.
shirt or something. You know what I mean? Like we need to start doing. You know, I'm all about self promotion. You know, so. But it's been really dope having you on.
I think that's gonna be one of my business ideas because I'm always like, I'm gonna put that on the shirt. I'm gonna put that on the shirt. Like I definitely want, you know, Picante Jenny, and then people be like, that's hot sauce.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll be like, yeah, I'm all the hot sauce you need. So, like,
and I don't charge a lot for royalties. You know what I mean? So that's the cool thing. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Get me some of these gem thingies or jewels or diamond thingies that you were talking
there you
about.
Go.
You know what I mean?
We can cash you out. All you need is some clout, baby. I got you.
You know what I mean? Fast out, cash out. That's all I'm about. You know what I mean? But a really cool time.
MMB Radio.
Yes.
MMB Radio. Y'all make sure y'all follow.
I appreciate
y'all make
that.
sure y'all tune in.
Yes. Flood the Twitter and the Instagrams with that.
Okay, what is it? What's the Instagram?
You know, it's at MMB Radio. Keep it real simple. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to confuse anybody here.
Make sure I follow you myself. MMB Radio.
There you have it. There you have it. So, Jenny, we appreciate you coming on and talking to us. And, again, we'll be looking out for you doing more big things. And, again, just thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
Yes, I really look forward to hearing this later on because, you know, you always hear yourself differently than when you speak, too. So I like to hear myself and be like, oh, my God, I can't believe I said that. But here I am.
Awesome. Well, you have a great rest of the evening.
All right, you too. Thank you. I'm Picante Jenny, and I'm here with MMB